How y'all doing out there? Hopefully wonderful. Beautiful. So, lighten up. Sage right now. Clearing all the negative energies in the room. So if you have yours, I want you to light yours too. So this message is mainly about starting to cleanse out your body, right? We must cleanse. We must cleanse, and I mean every facet. We must cleanse the mind, the body, the soul, our social medias, what we listening to, what we watching, who we around, what we eat. Full body cleanse right now. And so I'm starting out my cleanse with just about everything at once. So I've already started with social media. So meaning like social media, you want to first start out by, some of the people that you might have friends or be friends with, you want to start paying close attention to these posts on your timeline, because if the post on the timeline is not agreeing with what you see fit, you need to unfollow that person. Like, you don't have to not be friends with them, but like you can make it so that the post don't show up on your timeline. So not unfollow, but you want to not show any of their post notifications, and it won't show up in your timeline. So that way, if you want to still be friends with these people and not see what they post, have at it. Go ahead and do that to whoever you go down your timeline. If you don't like what you see, purge it out. Oh yeah, and another thing about the purge. It was a purge, y'all. I didn't even know. I just found out. When we received, if you were the ones that received a presidential alert October the 3rd. Well, that's one part. It's another part to this purge, but that's one part. That part, the presidential alert that we received on our phones was a ping. It just basically was something to, when you look at your phone, it took a picture of you, snapshot, put you in the database, just bam, put you in the governmental FBI, CIA, governmental census, whatever you want to call it. You are in their database. And if you were the lucky ones that didn't get that, and if you were the lucky one that didn't look at that, then you're not in the database. But I wasn't so lucky. I really didn't know about it until after. But I mean, whichever way you try to go, you can't hide. You can't hide from this monster of a beast we call a government. You can't hide. Whichever way you run, there they will be. And that's just part of, you know, the whole master plan, right? And that also goes with why we're talking about cleansing. And as well, the second part of the purge was, if you, I know that I know of people who lost their Facebook page And it had a lot to do with what just occurred on Facebook. I believe that was October the 10th. On Facebook, they did a purge. And this purge was a cleansing of all of the sites, all of the people, all of these social media platforms, or not platforms, but all of these social media pages or that were up against the government. These were all the pages that stood against the government or what the government said. And these were not fake news sites. These were the legit sites, the sites you would go to get the nitty gritty, like Alex Jones News. Like, these were the sites they just purged off Facebook, y'all. They just took them off Facebook. They took them off Facebook because I don't know who they are, but they know that it's already a cleansing in effect. It's already a cleanse and an awakening. It already happened. It's already happened. We're already in the awakening. This is the time of the information age. This is the time where everything is on the internet. Now, whether you believe what you read or whether you don't believe, but it's a lot of news out there that really goes against the status quo, right? But this news, like that Alex Jones news, that conspiracy theory stuff y'all call, this news is the legit news. Like, a lot of it is legit news. Like, you hear about, like, for instance, what is that? What's one example? You hear, I mean, we all know about genetically modified foods, right? We already know about how they change in the food, and they changing in the molecular structure of the food, and this food in turns change who you are, because exactly you are who you eat. I mean, you are what you eat. So whatever you eat, you become it. So whatever they change within the food, you become, right? Another one, another example. What is the stuff they do in the sky? It ain't global warming, because they tried to say it was global warming, but chemtrails. That's another one. This is not conspiracy theories, y'all. These are straight facts. They spray chemicals in the sky. Do you want to know why they spray chemicals in the sky? These chemicals, from my understanding and just my own innate knowledge, to spray anything or to change the molecular DNA, you will not be able to access your true power, your true mental power, your true superhero within yourself. You will not be able to reach these facets of yourself and become godlike if you have abstructs, or if you have miscommunications within the DNA. That's groundwork number one. That's there's just, it starts out with that. Like, every information, all the information we have is within our DNA. So they're purging, they're cleansing, and we have to cleanse. It's time for us to cleanse. It's time for us to cleanse away from what we have known to be the American dream, right? There's no this it's nothing. There is no American dream. I'm sorry to bust anybody's bubble, but there is no such thing as an American dream. I mean, we're not here to juice the system. We're not here to make any money. We're not here to be part of the system. I'm not here for that. I mean, I can't include everybody. I'm sorry. I can't include everybody. But I'm not here to be part of their, like, I don't even know what you want to call it. Like, it's just monotony. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I don't even want to be part of none of this stuff. Like, anything that has to do with, like, making money, because really your true wealth is your health. And time is money. Where you spend your time, your precious time, you're giving away your true you're not even that. You're giving away, you're giving away everything that matters to your soul when you're here. You have to spend time, right? And be healthy. You have to spend your time to be healthy, which means if you're healthy, you're shedding the light. If you're healthy, you have the knowledge and the power to change, right? You have the knowledge and power to change nations, right? Not not with the money, because it doesn't matter how much money you make. We live today in a society that, cost of living go up, right? It's not really the cost of living goes up. The dollar is just not worth a dollar. Like, it's not worth what they claim it's worth. And really, the only currency that you're spending is your time. Look at it. Take a picture. Sit back and observe the whole situation of when you go to work, right? When you working, when you go and make this money, what are you spending? Time. That's the most important in life itself. Your time and where you spend it, okay? And wealth is health. Wealth is health. To be wealthy, you want to be healthy. Because when you're healthy, you have the light of you carry the power of the sun. You withhold all of the power that's from the sun. You are gaining all of the power that's from the sun. The sun is health. The sun gives you power. The sun gives you knowledge. This knowledge is power, right? Am I right? Ain't that what we say? Knowledge is power. Why is that? Knowledge, to know, is to know and have light. Because light, which is, when you carry the light, which meaning you have knowledge, or you have knowledge of self, yourselves, which is your DNA, your cells, cells. When you have knowledge of self or yourselves, you have power, right? Which is wealth. Knowledge is power, and power is wealth. When you look at the most wealthy, they have what? Power. And that's in a money sense. But if you think about in a spiritual sense, a person who has the most spiritual knowledge has the most power to change this, right? So, cleanse. We must start cleansing. So right now I'm cleansing, eating fruits and vegetables more and more each day, at least as far as consuming raw. My plan is to just do raw. So right now I've been doing a shake a day, sometimes two, and still here and there I eat maybe 2 cooked meals a day and have like 2 shakes. That's pretty much my regimen. So as I continue on my cleanse, the second week I would like to cut back on 1 cooked meal and add a shake. And then eventually by the 4th month or the 4th week, all raw shakes, no cooked meals. And from there, we doing this for 90 days. The first month is gradually. The second month is all shakes. And the third month would be shakes still. I mean, we still going to continue with the shakes. I mean, the point is to get to just all raw foods and shakes. Just eat your food raw, shakes. No dairy, no chips, no snacks, none of that. None of that. I mean, I don't eat meat, so I definitely, for me, it would be cutting out the cheese, the sour cream. Shoot, I'm even thinking about the nut milk for real. I mean, I already cut out, I don't mess with almond milk because if you didn't know, almond milk is only like 2% almond. So if you want to go with nut milk, get the cashew milk or get the coconut milk. But I'm really not a milk fan. So I just do straight coconut water. Lately, that's what I've been doing. And coffee as well. Like coffee and tea, none of that. So, I mean, it's okay where you do your gradual, like I'm doing gradually progressing into the second month fully shakes. So, this is how I'm starting my cleanse. And from there on out, I mean, I might push it past the 90 days. I don't know. I'm sure I'm going to feel lovely. I mean, honestly, when you get past when you do straight cleanse, straight fruit, I've done it before, but it wasn't something that I adapted as in my lifestyle. But this is something that when you're cleansing the first week or 2 weeks, if you just going straight raw, no cook, it's gonna be it's gonna be a period where you're gonna experience some strife. You're gonna experience hard times, and you're gonna experience just like you want to just quit, like honestly. But that's the part where when you pass that part, everything is easy. I'm telling you, like that first day you get that hit where you just be like, oh, I can't do this no more. Like, just keep going. Just keep going. It's okay if you just have one mistake. It's okay. Don't stop. Don't stop. Just keep going. Keep doing the fast. Keep going on with it. It doesn't matter if you mess up. Because that's the step. That's the step. Once you pass that step, I'm telling you, you're going to feel great. You're going to feel great. Now, for those of you who do, have have things that you do, a lot of lifting, maybe you using a lot of energy, I would recommend you do a lot more meals than I'm doing, but I'm not doing anything strenuous, so I'm able to, I don't exert much energy, so I'm able to, like, sit and, relax and be able to, not even relax, but I'm not doing any strenuous work, so I'm able to not eat as much. And really, it's just it's really your mind over everything else. So it's not even about how much you using, because like you can find energy elsewhere. It's people that's breatharians finding energy and out there in the garden. Like, and garden work is garden work. Like, it could be tough work. You looking at me like that. But no, cleanse. We must cleanse. We must come back. We must fire back at whatever. Leave it. My bad. But leave it. It's nobody. We must come back with our own ammunition and firepower, guys. We gotta fight back. Like, right now, this whole thing, this life is a spiritual war. Life is a spiritual war. Everything that's been going on is a spiritual battle. And whether you know this or not, everything that's happening is a spiritual battle. A lot of things that has been occurring happens because, or it happens to, even to the ones, I mean, it's going to happen even if you know, but to the ones that who have no cognizance of it going on, you don't even know, like, all these subliminal messages that's on the commercials, everything that's going on is talking to your subconscious mind. Like, all these things is implanted into your mind, and when you go and you transform into your God body, like, that's what your mind gonna know. Like, when you pass over, your mind gonna know whatever your subconscious mind is filled with. That's what you gonna take with you. Like, you don't want to do that. Like, a lot of things that we been programmed and we learn in this realm of reality is not truth. Like it's keeping us on earth. It's keeping humans and lost souls on earth, or even lost out in the astros, or just lost out there in I don't know, quantum possibilities. There's no telling. But I mean, you out there and you go into your realm of reality. Do you want your realm of reality to be something of violence? Do you want your realm of reality to be something that is, not of you? But because we sitting up watching Power, we sitting up watching these garbage TV shows, filling up our conscious mind and watching news channels about BS. You sit here watching that stuff. That's where it's gonna take you in your afterlife, man. I'm telling you, you need to pay attention to what you listening to. You need to cleanse everything around you. Every person, every facet in your life, you need to cleanse it right now. You need to start right now. It's a battle. I'm telling you, it's a spiritual battle going on right now. Hey, it's a spiritual awakening. And all the ones and all the people that shedding light about this, they knowing that this earth is not even, the earth is not even the beginning. It's not the end either, but it's not even where this is. It's way more than you can fathom, at least for people who don't understand, or the people who not awake yet. This earth right now, this is not a place where you should want to be or stay. This is not a place that you should want to reincarnate to. This is not a place. And what the spirit, or what the cleansing, what it will do and what it will help with, it will get you back to what you are naturally. Your DNA can be reconstructed. Your DNA will be repaired. That's why sickness, there's no such thing as sickness. I mean, yes, yes, yes. Don't get me wrong. People are out here dying of sickness. But you have to realize that sickness starts in the mind. It starts with what we've been learned, what we've been taught. What we have learned and what we've been taught. It starts with what is up here. And yes, the things that we have done and things that we have learned or taught or whatever that doesn't goes in line with the body, it will extend out. It will extend. It will show itself in each person or different people different ways. So like, although, I mean, it's not really a pinpoint of sickness. It could be, your body is imbalanced, right? Being that your body is imbalanced, in me, or in John Doe, it might come up as this disease, and as Jane Doe, it's gonna come up as that disease, and as that person, it's gonna come up as this disease. But all disease is the same. We learned this from Dr. Sebi. We know this. Disease is nothing but excess mucus. It's no such thing. It's no such thing as all these names they have given, and I dare not to speak of them. But there is no such thing as these diseases. There's no such thing. They keep coming up with, oh this, oh that. That's why a lot of things that they don't even know about these diseases and these abnormalities, all of these things that they know not of, is because that everybody is constructed differently, and it comes out of every person differently. So it's not no new disease. It's no new disease. The only thing that's new is within the person, the way that it reflects out of that person. Now, your DNA obviously has a few different cuts and shapes and molds like diamonds, right? So when that light reflect through that diamond, it has different shades of light. That's the same thing as if you were sick, right? If you were sick and out of a person, it reflects different ways of sickness. That's the whole thing. We are all vessels, right? We are all vessels. We all have a light and we all are vessels, right? It's the same thing with sickness. When we have something within us, sickness reflects in different angles. It reflects. That's why you might, you know, you might be smoker for 30 years and not even have lung cancer, because we all are different refraction. We all refract uh differently. So that's why a different disease gonna show up in this person, even if y'all both were smoking for 30 years. You might not get lung cancer. He might get lung cancer. You might not even have no cancer and you die. Like, it's not even, disease is all mental. So whatever we have, it starts with the mind, because whatever you've done to cause the body to be imbalanced, it started with your thought. It started with you thinking you need that, right? But who's to say that this is bad for you or healthy? Because again, with the mind can control whether it has an effect on you or not. The mind can control if it will make you sick or not. The mind controls everything. The mind can control whether you believe it or not. Like, I mean, it really doesn't matter. But the mind is everything. The mind has every power that we have. Anything you can think of, you can do. Anything that you can think of, you can do. Because the mind is power. It has what again? Knowledge. And knowledge is power. And knowledge and wealth, knowledge is wealth, and wealth is health. So to be healthy, you want to have the most, you want to carry the most light. You want to have, you want to think in the most purest form. And that's why we should all cleanse. And when we cleanse and we start this cleansing, we must know that, like, exactly, you obviously want to know what to eat, but you definitely want to fix the mind first. You want to fix the mind first. You must cleanse the mind first, actually. You must cleanse the mind first for anything to work. For anything to fall into place, for anything to even start to come into fruition, you must change the mind first. The way that I think, you must change the way that I think. Because when you change the way that you think, or even just a little bit, just get a little bit of encouragement, a little boost, a little bit of somebody else's influence, and you will just take off running. Like, you will be gone. Like, ain't no looking back. Well, you gonna have, I mean, I'm not gonna say you're gonna have, but in my own journey, in my own pathway to cleansing myself, because this has been an ongoing process. Like, I've started with my mind first. First, you will have convictions and you will have doubts. You will have, for the most part, a lot of questions, and that's where you want to start. And when you start learning the truth, about a lot of things, that is going to even push you even further into your cleansing. So first and foremost, you want to cleanse your mind. You have to cleanse your mind, because that's the only way that's going to get you going. That's the only way that you're going to be able to cleanse your body, soul, everything, social media. Because if you don't even think that this is not good for you, then you're not going to change any way that, going about life itself, or, going about any cleansing. So, yeah, we must first cleanse ourselves. cleanse our mind. When we need to start right now. Like, cleansing your mind could be an easy step as just um, you know, adapting into or not even adapting. First thing then to cleanse your mind could be asking questions. Like, asking questions, your first initial step of starting to cleanse your mind about every and anything. Everything. About, first of all, why are you where you are? How did you get where you were? How did you get where you are? And where are you trying to go? What are you trying to do? You know, you can ask questions. Where did my food come from? Like, that was like, for me, that was like one of my first questions. Like, when I started to realize and learn about what genetically modified food was, and I had to really ask myself, like, what is the purpose? And you're gonna get answers, obviously, but you want to keep digging deeper. You want to keep going, because when I learned about why they did genetically modified food, oh, well, to fight hunger. Well, if you're fighting hunger and you want to grow bigger animals, bigger plants, and all these things that comes bigger, why are you changing the genetically makeup of these organisms? Well, so we can grow it when we could grow fish when the water is frozen, or we can grow tomatoes in the snow. Like, okay, well, why would you want to grow tomatoes in the snow? Or why would you want to grow corn that doesn't grow mold? Like, why would you want to have uh Monsanto put in Roundup Ready put inside the genetic material of a seed? Like, why would you want to do that? Like, why? And then you understand that, okay, when you do all of these things, and even when, like, they want to have bigger cows and stuff, and they talk about E. coli. Do you know how we get E. coli in spinach? And you know how we get E. coli in food? It's because these animals are eating their own poop. And when they eat their own poop, it come back out into the crop in the aggregation. Because when they poop, even when they eat their own poop and they poop it back out, it goes into the soils, and the soils goes into the streams, and the streams goes into the plants, which in turns, you already have a bad setup with the animals, and they overcrowded, and they all eating corn, stuff that ain't even supposed to be eating, and then they pooping into the dirt, and then they eating their own poop, and the poop coming back out. Like, it's just... So when you start asking questions and you start going further into the topics, and you understand what's going on, you know what I'm saying, you gonna push yourself to no limits. It's like so much more you learn. You don't know nothing. Honestly, you gonna learn that you don't know nothing. Like, you're going to learn the more you learn that you don't